Anything in the environment which can be used is called a natural resource. A system of controlling the use of natural resources in such a way to avoid their wastage and to use them in most effective way is called management of natural resources. Some of our important natural resources are forest and wildlife, water, coal, and petroleum. Humans have been using the natural resources since ages, but the development which meets the current basic human needs also needs preservation for the future generation. This is called sustainable development. We need to manage our natural resources because the resources of the earth are limited, and also the proper management of these resources can reduce the damage, and also we can use this for long term perspective. A large area of land on which trees and other plants grow naturally is called a forest, and the wild animals and birds which live in a forest are called wildlife. The plants of a particular forest are called flora, and the animals of a particular forest are called fauna. There are some people who always keep their eye in forest and forest products. They are basically stakeholder of forest. A person with an interest or concern in something is called a stakeholder. When we consider about the management of forest, we found 4 types of stakeholders in forest. The people who live in and around the forest are dependent to some extent on forest products to live their life. They use forest products to require their basic needs of day-to-day life, but they use the forest resources in such a way that much damage is not done to the environment. The forest department of the government owns the forest land and controls the resources from the forest. They holds a major stake in the resources of forest and wildlife because it is a good source of revenue for the government. They mostly earn the revenue from the sale of cut down forest trees for timber, which is used to make buildings and furnitures. Industrialists have a major vested interest in forest resources. They use various forest products for their factories, such as wood for making paper and furniture. They consider the forest as merely a source of raw material for their industry or factories. The forest and wildlife activists want to see the forest in original condition. They do not dependent on the forest in any way, but they want forest and wildlife to be conserved to prevent undue damage to the environment. We had witnessed some extreme cases of sacrifice of activists for the conservation of forest. In 1731, the Bishnoi community in Rajasthan, a group of 363 persons led by Amrita Devi Bishnoi, sacrificed their lives for the protection of khejri trees in Khejrali village near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. In 1970s, the women of Reni village in Himalayas protected the trees from a logging contractor. In the absence of man, the women of village reached the forest quickly and collapsed the tree trunks with their arms, preventing the workers from cutting down the trees. The large-scale poaching of wild animals residing in the forest by man is a serious threat to the survival of many animal and bird species. The conservative measures should be taken to protect the wildlife. Laws should be made to impose a total ban on poaching or killing the wild animals. Even if some type of wild animals are abundant, their indiscriminate killings should be stopped. The natural habitat of wild animals and birds should be preserved by establishing national parks and sanctuaries. Even if the forest department of government cut down the trees to generate revenue, an equal area of land should be planted with saplings of trees to make up for the loss in the long run.